Yeah, very first episode. It's actually very heavy in the country right now, and you can't really ignore that. This is what we're going to be doing, I think, monthly, if I'm not mistaken. We'll have an episode and just speaking about what men say now and again. So all you ladies, welcome. You'll be like a fly on the wall listening to every single thing that we guys talk about. So please do subscribe, like, dislike, and comment on the comment section below.
We're not meant to agree, mind you.
Yeah. Every single one of the views that are expressed here are personal, and it does not represent every single one of us. So thank you. Men are trash. Let's get it started.
Men are extremely trash. We are trash.
Yeah, so if you are listening from maybe or watching from outside of the country and you don't know what's happening, so there's a scourge of femicide in South Africa. It's not necessarily a scourge, it's something that we wake up to now and again.
Stop. Yeah. Stop. Can I correct you?
What do you mean? Why are you correcting now?
No, I'm going to correct. South Africa over the past 10 plus years has had the highest levels of
internationally speaking.
Where we have been having femicide for the past 10 plus years.
So what happens is it dies down, and then it comes back up. But it's ongoing.
It's ongoing. That's exactly what I was trying to say.
South African men kill the most amount of women, rape the most amount of women, abuse the most amount of women globally. So femicide has been happening.
Yes. So right now, because we are alive to it. There's an incident that just happened last week. In case you missed the news, of a lady at UCT who was abducted, and then she was killed by a man who works at the post office. And now this is what we're talking about. And we just have to address some of these issues as to what it is that we need to change as guys to try and protect the ladies. Do we even need to protect the ladies? That's the question. Because we need to create an environment.
So protecting the ladies is a reactive stance to take, whereas there shouldn't be that problem.
The need to protect.
The need 100%. To protect is an ancillary thing that should be in the background. The first thing that we need to understand is why are men behaving the way they're behaving? What is this sense of entitlement that we have as men to women and their bodies?
So Paul, I want to bring this into it, right? So as well about the sense of entitlement to like a female's body, there's also elements of when you chat to a girl and you are trying to woo her, right? And you're in a situation where we used to call it kino escalation.
Yes.
Remember? So touch.
Yes.
Touch. Yeah. Touch is the move.
Touch is the move,
So now you're in a situation, chill vibe like this, right? You guys are chatting, and then the first touch goes in, and it's well received, right?
Yeah.
Then you try a little bit more to get to a certain level of, comfort, right?
It's
they call it a compliance test.
Yes.
So don't expose too much.
But basically, you go to a point where it's like, okay, I've built up a certain level of rapport, so I'm going to get to that thing with what I seek, right?
Yeah.
However, I also feel like we also need to educate our female friends as well, and the people that are watching us, is to say that when a guy is doing those types of things, he's escalating, he's trying to get to a certain level of comfort.
Yeah.
And you as a female also have the responsibility to stop.
Can I stop you right there? My argument is, because men are shit, and I'm speaking for all of us though, right? We tend to use those things as the point of hitting on a girl, which is fine, in my opinion. Because now we can't stop shelling people, guys. Like, it's not realistic.
Right?
We're at a bride, I see a girl I find attractive. Predatory instinct says lips.
But wait, whoa. The word predatory.
The word.
It's a little bit.
Okay, no.
In principle,
in principle.
I just want to say, attraction is not a choice.
Everything sensitive.
Yeah, it is. But attraction is not a choice, right?
Yes.
Do we agree on that?
Yes.
So when you're attracted to someone, you're going to pursue
100%.
that person.
But it's in the how, right? So if I meet someone aisle number 2 at Pick and Pay and they're picking out noodles, I say, hey. Compliance means they go, hey, back. I say, how are you? If she goes,
fine,
please don't talk to me, I must keep it moving and pick out my fucking
100%.
Robertsons and keep it moving. 100. If she goes, I'm good, thanks.
How are you?
I go, I'm nice. Thanks for asking. Right? It's almost like social due diligence. And then I go, hey, what's your name? And she goes, I'm Kopano. And I go, oh, and she goes, what's your name? I go, I'm Mahlaz. Right?
Yes.
And I spark conversation. And the reason why I use the word predatory, I stand to be corrected. I don't mean it in the same way that men like use it in terms of
I don't like the word.
You predate and you force a woman to do something. I just mean men are the hunters,
so
as in back in the day.
Gender normative stance says that men must go and pursue and gather. So that's, if we're taking it in the sense of like animals and whatnot, that's the predator who must go and get. So that's the stance I hear. But the word predatory,
it sounds very aggressive.
Yeah,
in this setting,
I don't think
the
it's
current
the right
climate.
word.
Yeah.
But even with that chat that you're just giving us right now, what if the lady is just a very cool person that does not mind conversating with you? You know what I mean? Because you'll never know. You come in with an intention, but you're probably coming into a person that just likes people.
This is what I wanted to bring up before Shoei told me to stop. Is that maybe the biggest issue that we're having is social EQ.
Yeah.
Is that we don't know and we can't read between the lines. Like, you don't know who this person is, right?
Yeah.
And already, because she comes across as friendly, and you've encountered 10 females that have given you no, and this person is being a friendly person, and that's her nature, to make sure that people are happy around her all the time.
Yeah.
Then you, as a person, take that to heart and say, no, I'm winning, and you end up being the predator that you are highlighting in that scenario. And that's where I feel the biggest issue is.
Can I ask a question? There was a video that we watched recently of a woman who walked through New York.
Hey, for 10 hours or so.
And all that was happening was
niggas
hollering. Nigga be hollering. Niggas be hollering the whole way. At which point is
they call it catcalling?
Yeah, catcalling and whatnot.
Niggas need to stop that shit.
Yeah.
But also there were pretty sincere guys in that video who were just saying
sincere how?
Hi.
No, they were.
Enjoy your day.
Enjoy your day. You don't know me, dog.
But hear me out. Hear me out.
Yeah.
You are then in Pick and Pay bothering this woman as well. You can be included in the same bracket as the cat callers. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So how do we differentiate between the catcalling per se or shelling, and how where do we see that it's being well received?
Here's what's fucked up though.
Yeah.
And I've heard it verbatim from women. I wish men could hit on me while I'm doing random shit. I'm saying it verbatim, not making
it up, yeah.
Right? Where it's like, no, guys need to stop hitting on me in the club. Why don't they hit on me when I'm looking for like peanut butter at Pick and Pay? Okay. I'm just saying, I'm saying it verbatim now, right?
But so let's take that verbatim and apply it to his context, right? There's a video where this lady's walking,
doing random shit. She's not in the club. She's not in a setting where
and the guys, some of the guys were genuine. They were like, "Yo, can I walk with you?" You know?
What the fuck does that mean, though, guys?
But this is shelling. This is shelling.
Can I walk with you? Why
dog? Why
are we dog, bro? Why are you walking me?
No, but back in the day, right?
That's how.
Back in the day. What would happen in terms of our parents?
I'm not disallowing.
But within the taxi situation, catch a cab, you walk the person that you want, Sisanda, you wait for her at the stop to release those bars. You know what I'm saying? You wait. And talking about that, my grandfather was giving me that chat. He was like, "Yo, back in the day when I met your grandmother, I met her in town, and I used to wait for her at a certain time and wait. And when she comes out, I would walk with her and chat to her every day and say, enjoy the day. Up until the point where we are today.
Now there's rapport.
And now you are here because of that.
You know, it's so funny you talk about that. I was watching a Netflix special by, I think, Aziz Ansari. One of the things that he said is that some of the things that were cool back then, right, might not necessarily be cool right now. Back then it was probably cool to say someone is fat. But right now in 2019, you'll be called out for body shaming. You know what I mean? So it might have been cool in 1970 when your grandfather was macking on your grandmother. But in 2019, where we know for a fact that women are being killed, where we know that women are being abducted, for you to step up to a lady, there needs to be a lot of discernment that comes from you as to whether you still want to pursue this after considering every single thing that is happening. Would you be making the lady uncomfortable by you walking up to her? Would she be inconvenienced in any way? Why do you feel entitled to her attention? Because she's probably just thinking about her stuff. Imagine you're walking around Pick and Pay, you're thinking about things that you have to do for the day, and then just someone just walks up to you and tries to spark
and you know what niggas say, but and when a girl minds a nigga, hey, or score anyway, if it's like,
you know what I mean? So that's what happens. You need to start asking those questions before you walk up to a lady, because I do it now and again. I'll see a lady that is very nice, and
that you find attractive.
Yeah, that I find very attractive, and then as I walk up to them, I will try nowadays, because I'm changing the way I think. It's not like I'm trying to be righteous on this podcast or anything like that. But the first thing that I would say is, I'm so sorry for inconveniencing you and actually taking your attention away from whatever it is that you're doing and whatever it is that you're thinking.
She just wants peanut butter at this stage.
At this stage, she wants peanut butter. Now you're trying to divert her attention from what she came here to do, and now she has to give you attention and to give you time. You know what I mean? So it takes a lot of thinking around that right now, because ladies are uncomfortable. The other day I was running, and I didn't want to share no one. It's in the morning. And I run past the lady. I was just saying hi, and I'm running past. You should have seen the fear that was on her face. And that's when I became alive to the fact that we've created this world where women are just living in fear. Yeah. She literally jumped away from me, and I was just saying hi to a fellow runner in the morning.
She's hearing loud footsteps.
No, but fair enough to lips. There's like an etiquette amongst runners. You greet each other.
Yeah.
You generally, runners and walkers.
In fact, people that are in sports, they generally have.
You go, hey, and you keep it pushing.
Keep it moving. And that's when I was like, this is the world that we as men created. That a lady, even if I'm genuinely saying hi to the lady has every right to be fearful of that very greeting. And that is the one thing that I think we need to change as guys.
Change how?
But okay, so now, all right, so 100%. So with regards to that, I do feel like we've got a responsibility as men to rise up to this occasion, right?
Yeah.
Because ultimately, we are the ones that are creating all of this pain and chaos in our people's lives. But you gotta look at it both ways, right? There's guys that. Also scenarios that are being presented to them that make it seem like they're in the pole position.
Yeah. Tell me more. So I don't understand that. Unpack it.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So I'll unpack it a little bit more. So I make a lot of money, right? Let's say hypothetically speaking, right? Let's flip it. Okay. We're men. Yeah. 6 guys, right? We go out to the club, right? I find everyone's source. Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah. I drop bottles, right?
Yeah.
I pay for it. Next week I drop bottles again. You guys are coming with me. Yeah. I pay for it. The very next week I say I'm not paying for it, but the bottle's on the table. What happens then?
We're all washing dishes in the back.
Yeah, we'll probably go to jail.
Because why? Because you've made the assumption that I'm paying for it again. Yeah. And whatever I say goes.
Go.
Oh. So at that point, what I'm trying to say in terms of the social, the hierarchy at those type of scenarios, they create certain levels of power that aren't necessarily true in modern day society.
So Bonds, it's like we're skating on thin ice at this stage.
Yeah.
In terms of.
And we're not trying to be politically correct.
Not by
everyone's view.
The reality right now is, if a girl's gonna come to my table and I've bought drinks.
And she's enjoying your chat.
And she's enjoying many jokes now. Yeah. Whether it's to enjoy jokes just to get free drinks, which is why I'm like, dog, how much, like, what's a bottle of fucking vodka worth though, dog? Like, what is it worth? Why don't you just drink Hunter's Gold and be alright? Why is a bottle of Verve so important to be seen drinking such that you're willing to be vulnerable? I'm not putting the onus on women though.
Yeah.
At all, because at the end of the day, a man needs to act.
Yeah.
Which is where everything comes down to, essentially. Because at the end of the day, Lips, you're my woman at this stage, right? You're out, you're a woman. You come to my table, I've got bottles here, and I pour the Verve for you. This is where niggas go wrong though. At this point, I pour the Verve for you, and I'm like, quacka.
Yeah.
This one, quack.
It's a rap.
According to niggas, it's a rap. Yo, she's drinking my alcohol.
Because we just also have this thing that you can not do anything for a girl or a lady without expecting anything in return. Yeah. And that's another one of those things that we need to change. That we have this culture that if I'm spending my money the reward, the return on investment for spending my money must be
smash.
You know what I mean?
But can I raise something that we might be slightly overlooking? A lot of the challenges that women are facing now are not in these situations necessarily. For example, the recent issue, the girl was not in a club, she was not in a sport, or she was going to collect a parcel.
Yeah.
So as much as yes, we're discussing that element of the abuse and the
shelling,
the shelling and whatnot. There's situations where no indication of threat exists at all. I'm going to buy lebesi, I'm going to collect a parcel, I'm going to pour fuel.
Yeah, and
how are we at a situation where people are feeling unsafe, women in particular?
That also just goes back to the violent culture that we have in the country.
Hey dog, I had a conversation with a nigga, he was talking about that shit.
It just goes back to the fact that South Africa is a violent
you know what this
country.
nigga said to me? Look, he's like, Boko Haram say they're coming through. South Africa is so violent, we cannot be scared of those niggas. Like, what the fuck are you saying?
It's a culture of violence.
You know what I mean? He's like, dog, South Africa. He's like, everybody, this is what he said, which I disagree with, but at the same time I'm like, I see where he's coming from. He's like, dog, he's like, dog, South Africa is violent. We are passively and actively violent. I will stab you, you will stab me.
I will grab you just after you collect your parcel and rape you and kill you. That is the type of violence that I'm talking about in the country.
So the thing is, it's so bad, right, that, and this is where, again, we park the club situation. I think generally speaking, it's not on. I feel like...
But we can't really park that, because outside of this issue, right, it is a very important one, because if you go down that thread and you check, a lot of the stories that are written down on that Am I Next page are situations that happen in the club. So the club is seen as this place that just perpetuates rape culture, you know?
But Lips, what I'm saying is that if you're a human being, irrespective of gender, for you to walk to the shops, you should not be threatened in any form or way. You should not be violated at any way. When you walk in the hood or you're walking to go buy bread, you don't feel like, you know what, I'm going to be violated as a person. At worst, you're gonna maybe get your phone taken from you, but you don't feel like I'm going to be violated as a person. And that for me is the thing, that females have this other variable that they have to deal with. That when they walk to go buy bread, anything can happen to such an extent that they need to get a guy friend to walk with them in any scenario,
who will probably misinterpret that as a way to get into her pants or smash or anything like that. But she just said,
I need safety.
But that's why,
and that is so bad.
That's why that dude, he was topless in Cape Town.
I'm half naked right now.
I'm half naked right now, but I'm not feeling threatened, basically. That's why he was saying what he was saying. Because what he was saying is, dog, I'm half naked right now. I'm safe as shit.
I'm not worried for
nothing is gonna happen to me right now.
I saw a girl in Bram walking naked with Timberlands from Gautrain station all the way to Bram. I came out of Gautrain, she was walking butt naked down the street. The amount of eyes on her at that point in time, for whatever reason she was doing this, I don't know what it was, but she was walking with Tims and she was naked, walking. And in that scenario, I was like, why is she doing that? Do you know what I mean? But if you look at this guy that protested, he didn't have a t-shirt on. And probably the ladies in their minds were like, here's a guy who's walking around without a t-shirt.
The back of his shirt, the back of it, on his back, it demonstrated his point. He was saying, a woman cannot walk around dressed in an overall and not be sexualized. I'm half naked. Nobody around here is thinking of me as like meat. And ownable meat. That's what he was saying. It wasn't about him going, yo, I'm peacocking right now, I'm a nigga, I've got like chest. Look at me as a sexual being. He was saying, I feel safe as shit right now.
I'm fine.
I feel as safe as I do at home. Alone in my.
So how do we enter this situation of feeling safe as a woman? How?
The one obvious thing is, one, niggas need to hold, and it's an easy one, but we need to get into it. Niggas need to hold dudes accountable. However, as humans, dudes.
But Shirley, just on that point, right? I genuinely feel that there have been scenarios in the past where we've encountered variables where we've held niggas accountable, right?
Yeah.
For whatever reasons it may be, right? And it doesn't stop the behavior.
Yeah.
So holding someone accountable doesn't stop him repeating it going forward.
Yeah.
There's something underlying that is allowing this behavior to perpetuate over and above the scenario that is being presented to itself.
Yeah.
And that's what I want us to address is what is the culture, what is the thing that underlying between all of us that allows us to say, you know what, that is okay.
What are they teaching in LO? In primary school?
Man, they're teaching us how to swim and to knit, dog.
Because isn't that so you bend the stick when it's wet or
Yeah, that's where they need that's where we need to be.
What's happening?
Grade 1.
Yeah.
Grade 1. None of that is being taught. In terms of when a girl says no, what does it mean?
That's even too far.
That's
For
far.
you, that's just taking it way too far. That you're not supposed to just be looking at a lady as a sexual object. That's what the
So it stems
fundamental
from
is.
home?
A lady is a human being as
Does it
much
stem
as you're
from
a
home?
human being.
So to answer your question, right, for me, I remember watching Bold and the Beautiful, right?
Yeah.
Right, as a kid. Right
Rich Forrester?
Rich Forrester,
Yeah.
Brooke.
Doc.
Very
Hey,
important.
Doc.
But I remember when I was starting to grow up being a man and my body was responding differently to more sexual
stimuli.
Yeah,
Yeah.
female stimuli. And when Rich Forrester was doing his things with Brooke, I remember I'd get a percentage or like something.
Please define percentage.
So when something grows in your trouser that is a little bit
Bonyelo.
yeah.
Now we're gonna try and sugarcoat it. That's what it is.
Yeah, because our parents as well were not giving us education of what's actually happening,
It's taboo.
right?
Yeah.
Right? It's taboo. We don't speak about
discuss,
this.
yeah.
Because when I asked, like, I remember growing up, I'm like, where do babies come from, right? My mom's answer right now is actually laughable. I can't even tell the audience here to be like, what was she telling me? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But ultimately, when we were in school holidays and then there's people in the complex and whatever, then you play games like Bold and the Beautiful, Mommy and Daddy, and all of that type of stuff. So at a young age, already there is an issue at that level. I once caught my sister playing Mommy and Daddy. I was shocked. I was like, what's going on with this stuff? No ways. I'm calling parents. No ways. No ways. I don't understand what's going on.
What's going on?
What's going on? This is taboo. But ultimately, that type of stuff happens at grassroots levels, and it's taboo. We don't speak about it. It gets swept under the carpet, and then that type of behavior is allowed in terms of it being taboo, but we don't speak about it.
Yeah.
And now it's blowing over in the same way that and I said this earlier to you guys is that. In 1976, when we had the uprising, right, where the students were saying, you know what, guys, we're tired of this apartheid regime. Let us put our foot down and actually put our and say, you know,
enough
is enough, right?
Essentially.
And what I've noticed about, which I commend the people now of the 90s generation, and is that they're very protest orientated in terms of when they say enough is enough, they're driving change. Fees Must Fall was also driven by that same generation, right?
Yeah.
And that for me is the type of behavior to say that this is the stuff that we need to create awareness around and say this is enough, and let us put our foot down. We don't need law to tell us how to manage our lives. We don't need government and our president to tell us. We as people need to say enough is enough and let us define what enough is for us. You know what I mean?
Like I was saying a bit earlier on regarding that, and I think this is going to come up quite a lot. There's a lot of unlearning that needs to happen. So it goes back to role models. Who are the role models that we have? A lot of the times when we go back to the family structure in the country, in the world, the family structure has been broken down because there's no father figure to teach the boy child. The boy child on how to act. But the boy child needs to see from the father figure how the father treats the mother. So if the father treats the mother well, and if the father respects the mother as much as he respects every other male in the world, that boy will learn that a woman is someone to be respected. A woman is someone that you need to love as much as you'd love everyone else. You know what I mean? So it just goes back to because you're raised by the streets. When you're raised by the streets will teach you nonsense that will normalize And then, because a lot of the people that were even counted in that "Am I next?" thing, they probably did not even know that what they were doing was wrong.
Yeah.
Because you've been taught that if you buy a girl this, she needs to give you this.
Yeah.
So when you end up pushing it and even not even listening to her when she says no, it's because you think
you're entitled.
Yeah, you're entitled because you bought that, and that's how you've been raised. You don't even see anything wrong with that. I was saying to someone at work this past week that if anyone comes up and says that I violated them in any way, I will take accountability and I'll have to stand in front of the judge or anyone and account for my actions. But most of it all is because I just did not know. Yeah. I probably did not know that catcalling a girl was wrong. I probably did not know that waiting for a girl every single afternoon after class was wrong, and she was feeling violated and she was feeling like she has a stalker. You know what I mean? I just did not know, because where I grew up, they said that this is how you treat a lady. You know what I mean?
But here's the thing, right? Also, yeah, this is a little bit left field, controversial, but also, do we not also, when we were growing up, right, the guys that had the cars, right?
Yeah. We knew they were getting the girl.
And then why? Thank you. Why would you say that?
Because the thinking at the time is the guy who's got
thinking at the time, or what you saw?
What we saw, which led to the thinking is the guy who has the girl. I mean, the guy who has the car has all the convenience at their disposal.
Yeah.
I need to get you from point A to B. I don't need to catch a taxi. Hey, Lips are gonna make me catch a taxi from here to town, from town to Cresta.
What happens if Lips is the dopest guy?
I don't know that. But
wait, you're projecting.
My point.
I just want to understand.
Bonds. What I don't want to do at all is make it a thing of it's the girls.
No, we're not. But surely, this is a problem that is affecting not just us as a society, but it's affecting our sisters, it's affecting our moms, it's affecting a lot of people that are close to our hearts. But what we're trying to say is that we're not immune to the fact that we are isolated from the problem. We are saying, what are the variables that are creating this thing? And let's put them out there and say, there's not just one thing. Yes, post office was bad, right? You can't violate someone that's walking to go do a business transaction. But what are the underlying nuances that are creating a culture of predators? What was that thing for you in varsity when you saw cars?
When I saw guys with cars, right? Because at the time you're obviously a young gentleman and you're thinking, how can I get girls to like me?
Yeah,
right.
That's the only thing you care about.
Yeah, and truth be told, that's the only thing you care about, right? One passing, as well as how do I get girls to like me?
Yes, you were failing.
Yeah, we were failing much.
I'm not
a guy's car got stolen. I rocked up in a Taz. Mac and I got stuck half the time on our way from Pretoria to Joburg. It was a flame. But at the time, you're thinking, I need to pass, but how do I get girls to like me? And that's the sad truth, though. But it's not sad in that you're not forcing girls to like you. At that time, it's a matter of how do I get girls to want me as a human and consensually like me, right? As in, a girl says, I want Shorty because he's cool, he has a car.
You have to build value, indicators of value.
That's the thing, though. That's the problem.
Here's a question for you, right? I remember the stories of you going about watching some PUA stuff, right? Right?
Fuck you, baby.
And watching guys pick up girls, right? Yeah. And within that, it also gave me
mystery.
Mystery method, the game, all of that type of stuff. But it never spoke about consent. It never spoke about that type of stuff. It always spoke about manipulation of the scenario,
of social settings.
What I'm saying is that now there are people that never had to go through what you went through. Yeah. Right. And now we're looking at the world with that lens to say that I've applied a little bit of social EQ to understand the nuances of how females are receptive to what I have to say and what I have to do, right? And then there are people that have never spent the time because they've always put money to the situation, to the problem. So if I know for a fact drinking and driving will get me arrested, but I know my parents have got lots of money, connects, and I get caught for drinking and driving, do you think it's going to stop my behavior?
No, it's not.
It may not, because they make the case disappear.
Yeah.
And we've seen this happen all the time.
Can I give you guys an example? And I think amongst all of us, I think I'm trying to give the example, and you'll hear me out. So I got a son, stepson. Right?
Yeah.
He's 5, and I say to him every morning we go to school. I'm like, yo, dog, in the car. I'm like, yo, when a girl says no, what does she mean? He goes, it means run the opposite direction. Right? That's what he says. I'm like, what does that mean? So I giggle to myself in my head because I understand what he's saying. And he's like, no, it means whatever you're doing, if she says no, you run the opposite direction. I was like, then I'm like, if she says you must kiss her, what do you say? You're 5 at the time, mind you, and these people are playing these kind of games. He's like, I must ask if she says yes or no. Then if she says yes, then I wait for her to kiss me. So I'm like, okay, so what do? Do you want to kiss her? He's like, I might want to kiss her. So I'm like, you might, what does that mean? It means nothing. Yeah. Wait for her to say, hey, yes, you kiss me now, for example, right? At that time, unfortunately, what you can't control is, you're not there, you're at work, man, you're in a cotton field. You can't control what these kids do. What you can control is what you train your kids to do.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, kids are like, I say this to my wife because it means something to me. Kids are like animals. They're literally a result of conditioning.
Yeah. Muscle.
You teach them
100%
behavior. So I'm like, yo, dog, ask homeboy. You guys know homeboy. Ask him what immediately means. He'll be like, it means now. Like before it's even completed. It means stop it right now. When she says stop now, what does it mean? It means stop immediately. He doesn't know what
handbrake.
Yeah.
It means run the other way. If she says stop,
I like that.
If she says stop now, if she says now, it means
get out of that situation.
At the time that they're kids, it means run now. Yeah. Evacuate yourself from the situation. But you also teach the thing of, yo dog, listen, you never ever touch a woman, hit a woman, kick a woman. Because what kids do, kids are naughty, right? A helper will be washing him, and then they have a disagreement in the bathroom, and he kicks the helper. It happened. He kicks the helper. You're not kicking out of like abuse. For him, it's just like
disrespect.
No, I just don't want to do this thing. And you're like, yo, dog. Pull him aside, like, yo, dog. What did you do? What happened in there? He's like, no, she wanted me to wash my ears. So you kicked her. Why did you kick her? Because I didn't want to. And at that point, you go, listen, dog. You do not ever
do that.
Hit a woman ever.